from the Wizards. And the Clippers have dominated this series over the last effort. We do have the usual suspects. Take the world champions may have won that game in regulation. Tip your cap to the Celtics. Clippers move on, and they take on the Washington Wizards. The Wizards have struggled in a big way this year, and they open up with a turnover. Norman Powell back in the lineup, opening up scoring, and that's one way to start a ball game.
First steal of the game, 18 steals the last time there in Washington, and Norman able to deflect, to get out and run, and that's what is killing the Wizards, having those empty possessions and live ball turnovers.
Youth is also not doing them any favors, as it never really does in professional sports. Clippers attack the other way. Harden for three. Didn't miss many of those in Washington 2 months ago. Derek Jones Jr. career high 17 points in the first quarter. What a pass. What a finish. What a
fluid movement. Get right into a pick and roll and kind of get Derek Jones Jr. a nice comfortable shot to start this game.
Well, he had a very uncomfortable shot to tie it up.
Yes. At
the end of regulation with the steal, and well, he ran to the hills straight to the rim and in. Alex Sarr, second pick back in June for Washington, developing nicely. We've got some young pieces here that certainly have talent. They'll add more to it in the coming summer.
Tip it away.
Ty Lue was asked about Kawhi Leonard maybe ramping up his minutes now that we are 5 games into it, and Kawhi up and under, good footwork not there. And in a typical Ty Lue fashion,
he play a little bit longer in the fourth quarter,
but it's not at all in the fourth quarter.
Not at all.
Hasn't done that yet. They are very strict with it.
Yep.
3 from Poole is offline. Rebound inside. It's laid. Wizards have hit half of their 4 shots. Kawhi Leonard playing 7 in the first, 7 in the second, give or take 7 in the third.
Shooting, you need one of those games where you just see it go in early and often, and that's what we saw right there. Beautiful shot by Derek Jones Jr. to knock in his first 3 of the night.
And running the floor beautifully, hanging, a whistle and a foul. Go to the
benefit. Well, one thing for sure could benefit the Clippers, which is if you're the Clippers, what you're going to do is be able to look at the second chance points a game. That's an opportunity to be able to get some of that loose change and put it back in and add to your offense.
5-point Clipper lead. Kuzma controls, picked up by Leonard. Kuzma tries to find Sarr. It's deflected. And ball goes. He's been around the block as Harden. Now part of the rebuilding project here in Washington, but Kevin Durant literally said, I know everything about basketball because of him. So he has respect from the players.
Well, he was with, James Harden. They were together in OKC. They were also together in Brooklyn. So he understands what high-level basketball is all about. It's just trying to find the right pieces there in Washington.
Carrington gives it up to Poole. The catch and shoot 3. His efficiency that has gone up. Leonard draws the contact, and then we'll see
game. And then from that point on, it was just special to watch.
See that foul on the 7. 7:20 to play here in this first quarter. Awkward looking 3 for Poole. Rebound goes to Leonard. This game was an add-on to the calendar. This was not the original date for these 2 teams to play. Great footwork for Zoo, and he punches.
It's fun to see when things start to pay off, especially for young teams. Pistons, again, J.B. Bickerstaff got a new voice in the locker room. Responded excellent to that. Shout out to Cade Cunningham. Maybe the most improved player of the year. First time All-Star maybe this year. He should be.
Harden from the line to the lane. The floater wide left. And the rebound is collected by Washington. 6:41 to play in the first quarter. Carrington to the corner for 3. No, gets in the corner. The opposite side to Poole. Carrington. Sarr in the corner for 3. Not there, and Harden with the rebound. It's hard to see those numbers from how far we are with those kind of unique looking jerseys. 16-7, Clippers out in front. Powell. Derek Jones Jr. for 3. He's all of a sudden.
I love about this team is that even though he struggled, and even Chris Dunn from behind the 3, when he was open, the players still got them the ball and believed that they would make those shots. And as a result, you saw what happened. You saw the game last night, the way he shot the ball and how he's begun this game with the 2 threes.
Nice pass there to Zoo. Finds himself available, but misses the shot. And even though Donna and Jones had struggled from three, you'd never know it with the defensive effort that they play with every night. Big shoes. Clippers have one more home game this week, then head out on the road for a week. 4 games in total. Phoenix, San Antonio, Charlotte, Toronto. None of those games are back-to-backs, thank goodness. Leonard drives on Kuzma, wants a whistle, not going to get it. Rebound batted up and in. Started the game with a sophisticated look and then said, no, I'm going to go with the old school minus the glasses. We're just happy that he's out there. Carrington for 3.
Yeah, we give him an A for effort. I mean, you know, it's like I can't play, and I'm not that good, but I'm good at golf, but I can't play with sunglasses. It just doesn't feel comfortable to me or natural.
It did ruin all of the ad-libs that I had written down about a 2020 game.
Oh, 2020 game. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Well, not anymore. Thanks a lot, Zoo. Sarr inside, pin beneath the net, escapes a couple of airborne defense. It's 21-12. Clippers out in front, 4:17 to play.
And Sarr slowly, you know, getting used to the physicality, athleticism of the league. He had 5 block shots against the Lakers. And
to Ivica Zubac. And he also fairly pointed out, guys, as you guys always talk about, just how close things are in the West versus the East. Mo Bamba.
Bigs in the East. Jonas Valanciunas has checked into the game. He is, if you just judged him, I have a hard time believing in a month.
6 is the last day for the trade deadline, so we'll see if any moves get made. I mean, as much as you try to get rid of the big, you still would love to have a big that can score and plug the basket. He can do that.
For the record, Jonas Valanciunas in his last 19 games, 25 of 41 from 3 against the Clippers only. Zoo with a rebound, 23-14 Clippers. Yes, the Clippers did play last night. Nobody on the floor, minus Amir Coffey, was involved in that game against the Celtics. Coffey has it, had one of his best games and not one of his best plays.
Space so Norman could come up and fill his spot there on the wing. Unforced turnover, but it was a dead ball turnover, so.
Coffey was absolutely superb last night. Kispert off the window, no. Valanciunas can't come away with the rebound. Powell leads the charge the other way, ahead to Harden. Flings a 3, a whistle before. That's the clinical term.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just reserved for you, my friend.
Powell, top side to Batum, catch and shoot 3. It's good.
Powell was circling the wagon underneath the lane in the basket and dropped a nice dime. There's your.
If there was a rival to James Harden's beard, Valanciunas is on the short list. Oh, big finish for
play. Nice little pocket pass that time from James Zoo. Kind of missed that last couple games, right?
Ball knocked on the deck, recovered by the Wizards. Champagny not there. Rebound goes to Zoo. Clippers out in front by 12. Harden leads the charge. In the corner to Coffey. Back to the wing. It's Batum and it spins off.
Speaking of beard game, you know who else is in that competition? Taylor Jenkins.
Excellent. Excellent job. You don't think of coaches in that contest.
Taylor is smooth with his, man.
It does appear Valanciunas grooms his question. He has combed it. James is like, this is it. Deal with it.
So, but I think Valanciunas has product too.
I agree.
Product. He's a product guy.
He used to have a slick back haircut.
Yeah.
Now he's got it buzzed as they go inside to Zoo. Top side to Harden for 3. Brian and Jim's fashion list will continue.
They should get Valanciunas to play in one of the movies when he's like the bodyguard or part of the whole, and he's just there standing.
No words.
No words. Just intimidating. All black one.
He is doubled in the corner. Gets away with a little hook on Harden. Turns it over. Here comes Powell the other way. Clippers by 10 inside of a minute to play in the first quarter. Powell pulls up for 3. Rebound batted skyward. And it goes to the Wizards. Champagny can't hold on to it. Batum dives on the floor. Somebody lost some kind of accessory.
What is that?
Maybe some finger bandage.
Yeah, might be.
Maybe a tooth. We'll find out.
A Bluetooth? Yeah, the gummy bear too before the game started.
Carrington puts it down. He's got 5. It's an 8-point game for the Clippers. And about a 7-second difference between the two timers.
Better pick and roll. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, James, one-on-one.
That's George down the lane. Whistle foul. In this first quarter, Harden with the first of two gets. Visit fireaidla.org for more information. Here at Intuit Dome and at the Kia Forum, just half a mile down the road. Shot clock is dark for Carrington and the Wizards. He'll fire a straight on three. Misses badly. And the rebound tapped out of bounds. It'll be Clipper ball. Nice journey up here. Do you need an oxygen tank? Can I get you something while you make it up here?
You know, may you rest in peace, but I'm glad they gave you the euchre seats. These are unbelievable. But this is proof there literally is no bad seat in this building.
So we'll talk about Intuit Dome in just a minute. But, Ben, the Clippers come in here at 24-19 in my most optimistic view with a Kawhi Leonard playing. Let's pretend he played 20 of those games. I thought it'd be a struggle. Tell me what you think of this start. This has been a really great first half of the season.
You know, it really has been, and all the credit to the players and the coaching staff. The vision for the team was to be a tough, competitive, deep, defensive-minded team. The only way you can do that is to make sure the personnel resembles kind of what the vision is. And then having master coaching, you know, you've talked a lot about T. Lue, and obviously Jeff Van Gundy has had a huge impact along with the rest of our coach. You know, the leadership that James, Norm, and Zoo have brought to the group every day. The defensive buy-in from everyone, I think huge additions with Chris Dunn and Derek Jones Jr., bringing Nico back, along obviously with stalwarts like Terrence. Amir continues to ascend. So there's so many great stories to put us in this position, because many people thought without Kawhi that we'd have no chance to be in this position. And I think now we have a much higher ceiling because we've established who we are, what we do, by and large, every night.
Well, you talk about story, and I think the big story for people, the fans of the game and the Clippers, is the process with Kawhi. How the ramp-up takes place. When will it...
No, he's a maniacal worker, so it's about kind of controlling it. And even now, as we're still in the final phase of the rehab phase, and that's why kind of we're controlling the minutes. And then as he kind of clears those benchmarks, then the minutes will increase.
Well, let me ask you this. As good as he looks, does it tempt you to want to kind of speed up the process and get him more minutes because he looks so good and dominant at times?
Well, I think the kind of some of the lessons, and some of these things you can't control, but the fact that just through some unfortunate luck, he hasn't been able to finish, you know, 4 of the last 5 postseasons, that then controls your temptations, because it is about the big picture that we feel. And look, objectively, you know,
This year, Intuit Dome was really kind of a headliner thing. So from an advantage standpoint, from what have you noticed now that you've been here for several months? What are the advantages? What are the perks of having this arena, not just having this great court and this great crowd, but I'm curious, I mean, as you bring Kawhi back into the fold, do you have a good sense of what...
And I think we're in opportunities how you can improve the team. And I think you try to make the team as good as we can possibly be, and yet we also have a long-term vision. But I think anytime you have someone like Kawhi and James, your ceiling can be raised significantly just because...
As it can be when you came into the office.
It's easier, but I think it goes back to the core of who you are from an identity standpoint. And if you go back to 2017-18, 2018-19, you know, who we are, you know, to our roots of who we are. And I think, you know, we may not have the name brand defenders that we've had in the past, but yet, by and large, we're a whole lot more connected and competitive group than we've been. And, you know, I don't think you can overlook just what James, Norm, and Zoo have done. I know there's been a lot of... How many other teams in the Western Conference or in the league could you take away a player of the magnitude of Kawhi Leonard and have the record we have now?
Term plan is different, and it really speaks to the entire organization. I really believe that.
Yeah, and you mentioned it all starts at the top with Steve. Commitment to being a Clipper fan, they appreciate it as well. You know, do you ever watch the game at all, or do you guys just talk to each other?
We just talk.
Yeah, no, I figured. You know, this is great. I mean, that's why Clipper, because I don't know how you guys do, because anytime you guys have me on, I never watch the game. and it's incredible.
Well, but that's because you're a wealth of knowledge. Is that, you know, sometimes you forget the game is going on. All the knowledge, you know, that Indiana University education.
Let me tell you something. I don't want to embarrass IU. They don't even want me to say I have any affiliation with the university. No one wants to claim me. Thank God. My number one goal in life is just be around people who are smarter than you. And you make a great point. One, and you know, an unbelievable opportunity, and he ran right to it. So time into his game, the confidence he's given, T. Lou dialing up his number more, Zoo delivering, that they've put in starting when we acquired James last year. You just see it pay off. The other thing that we really, really value with him is he loves to play. Like he is trying, like he was so pissed off about his eye. Like he made like Rocky, like I was looking for Mickey. Like, can someone cut the eye?
Right.
But like it pissed him off because he wanted to play 82 games. And he takes great pride in being available for the team. And you're so happy for a guy like that. And I know maybe he doesn't get the same all-star conversations, that maybe James and Norm do. But he's really worthy of what he's done. And I think he's made himself a heck of a player.
You can't say pissed off on TV. This is called the three. What is this right here?
This is great for you. I mean, this is that's super. So, you watch what's going on in the court?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on the court now because we just usually chat.
Our Clipper fans on Twitter to shoot us what is going on so we can regurgitate.
I'm going to leave you on this because I watch you guys, especially on the road, and you guys, I'm telling you, you guys are the best in the league.
Thank you.
Now, when you bring Fratello, things, you two are the best in the league.
He's watching back in Cleveland. You better text him.
And he's taking notes right now. Mike is, okay, Lawrence Frank said this. Okay.
Czar, we love you. Don't listen to Lawrence.
It's a T-Neck sack thing.
Down here, 49-29, 5:40 to play in this first half. In a very slow-moving set, Jim. I guess we got to start paying attention to these.
Well, I tell you what, what's moving fast is Bamba with 11 points, 3 for 3 from behind the three-point line.
Leonard in the mid-range. Leaves his car. 3 threes. One of them in transition, just pulling up, feeling good. It's pretty fun watching the basketball.
Well, hold on, but how about this? Clipper fans are probably saying, well, Jimmy and Brian need to do this more often. Look at the score. They need to shut up, and we're up right now, 51-29.
Coffee misses in the quarter. Wizards have the rebound. Clippers shooting 53%. Yikes. The Wizards at 27%. That is always great to have Lawrence. And I'll tell you, Lawrence is one of the really great guys off the air. He's just very helpful, very informative. And he has been a, kind of a tent pole in what this culture has become. The moves that they have made have been so savvy and so smart. You're seeing it pay out here. Again, the Clippers 24-19. They played roughly over 2,000 minutes coming into tonight. Kawhi Leonard has played 109 of those minutes, and yet the Clippers have the second best defense. It has been really one of the great stories in the NBA. Amir Coffey inside.
Because of not bringing from fans that kind of didn't understand the dynamics of what was going on with Paul George, and by making the right moves, by bringing back the right players and bringing Jeff Van Gundy at 19, so building blocks, and then you got to figure out how you build out the rest of your roster to allow the young players to grow, but also to mature at the right speed, mentally and physically from a basketball perspective.
Powell steps out of bounds. Wizards at home since February of 2008. That was, of course, at Staples Center. They have dominated the series over the last 15, 16 years, 26-6. And that's with different variations of the Wizards. This is a rebuilding Wizards team, but there have been teams that have made the playoffs. Zubac lays it in, 8 points and 5 rebounds. George inside.
A team like Washington is, you're young. How do you continue to be a professional when you're not winning games? And now start to hunt and look for your own. And that's always a challenge.
Powell wrapped up by Champagne. We're in Dallas with a very talented roster.
Well, we had a talented roster, but it was deep, okay? And luckily I had Derek Harper that was around, Fat Lever, guys who had kind of been through the gamut, so to speak, in the NBA. So they help cope, but it's not easy, man. We won 2 games a month, basically. 13 games my second season. And it was one of those things, Brian, where each and every night you had to play your best. in order to just get close to winning a game. And it's tough, man. It really, but it taught me a lot about being a professional, going out and still doing your job. I tell you, my first playoff series, we beat Phoenix. That was a lockout short year and beautiful pass, out of bounds. But we won our first place, and I was emotional. I said, this is what it's all about. Finally got a chance when I've been watching it, seeing it, experiencing those triumphs through other people's eyes. I got a chance. I was emotional, man, that first time.
Powell high off the window, and yet the Clippers are out in front, 61-36, 51%. Clippers at 56%. You can thank Derrick Jones Jr. going 4 for 4. He's got 12. He was amazing last night with 29 against the Celtics. Harden has his pocket picked. Koulibaly gets it back for the Wizards. Good ball movement. Corner three by Champagny, not there. Rebound to Sarr. And he keeps it alive for the Wizards. Deep three for George. It's good. Just 28% on the year for Keyshawn George, but cuts the lead down to 20. Zoo draws a crowd. Harden steps into a 15-footer. Derrick Jones Jr. Clippers 13 of 19 in the quarter. George, another three. Rebound goes to Powell. Plenty of time for the Clippers. Powell's pushing. 2 on the clock. The three. It's ahead of the horn. That'll do it. 6.
So the biggest key was do not be bored by the success they had in the first half. Keep building, get better, and lock down on defense.
Let's see if they can do it. It was a very nice first half. Zoo down the lane to the rim off the window, and Derrick Jones Jr. 5 for 5 from the field for accuracy.
That Wikipedia record.
3 on the other. Goes to Leonard. Here come the Clippers.
And I like that challenge posed by the coaching.
And I can. So cool to see him attribute the success to the folks behind the scenes, guys.
And there's a lot of them, and they do a great job. An organization like the Clippers has Lawrence Frank and ownership, but the medical staff has just been terrific. And I'm glad that Derrick Jones Jr. recognizes that. How many people were in the medical staff? Dallas Mavericks, 1992.
2. Trainer. A stem machine. And our trainer, Doug, was trying to sell emu oil as a emu.
Like the ostrich-looking bird.
Yeah, you know, liberty, liberty, liberty.
Yeah.
That commercial.
They're not a sponsor. Please don't do that again. But where does the oil come from?
You extract it from the emu.
Where?
No.
That's when you say I sprained my ankle so bad I missed half the season.
Yeah, exactly. Using emu oil.
6 here tonight. He's got 17. He's hit 3 threes as well. And then you said an elixir. That means you drink it, no?
Yeah, you can mix it.
I think Jim Jackson had to have a lot of tequila to mix that emu oil. Harden. Powell creates the space, steps back for 3. Rebound belongs to Kuzma, 72-49. Kuzma. Good ball movement. The rookie, Sarr for 3. Jones behind the defense to the rim and in. And the Clippers are 49.
I tell you what, that pass looks easy, but it's a hard pass to put on time and on target to a moving individual like Derrick Jones Jr., but Harden's able to do that to perfection.
Carrington, Koulibaly misses. Harden on Sarr. Draws the contact, and we'll go to the free.
Why are you looking it up?
Exclusive perks that may or may not include emu/College Rush to learn more. They get it from the thick of the back of the emu, the fat on the back.
That sponsor's not going to be happy with you on that read. Just take it.
Quit looking over at my computer.
I mean, the screen is big enough. Like, hey, I see an emu head. I'm like, what is he doing? Oh my goodness.
Ball pinballs around, whistle, and a kick ball. Again, like 76-51. Poole.
That's a shot he would have shot a couple years ago. Just caught it and shot it, but he turned it down. Nassar didn't make it, but it was the correct play by.
Nice play by Kuzma. He may have one yet. He gets back up after taking the spill to the ground.
Yeah, but that's the kind of hustle, Brian Keefe, you want to see. Okay, from Kyle Kuzma, not giving up on the play, and then you come back and you get a good defensive play in film. See what I'm saying? When things are going wrong, you say, this is how we need to play. It may not always
ever since. It's going to be a tall mountain for them to climb.
Incremental ways to improve. Poole was talking about, to me, before the game, was like, listen, now I'm going through it. I'm getting double teamed. I'm getting high side help. I'm getting low side help. All these things I'm learning.
Leonard squares up on Kuzma. 5 to shoot. 2 to shoot. Spins, fades, fires. No, Zoo can't tap it in. Extra effort. Goes back to the Wizards. Kuzma behind the defense. Harden gets it back. And a whistle and a foul in this third quarter. If you're selfish and greedy, you're hoping for the Clippers to have kind of a starterless fourth quarter. It doesn't appear it's going to turn out that way, at least at this moment, with the way the Wizards are hustling. Powell misfires. He's 0 for 6 from above the arc. Clippers get it right back after the change of possession and a fresh 24 as well. They're going to say no possession there. Harden controls. James 9 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. Jones inside. It's his first miss of the night.
Take him out, Tyler.
Kuzma nearly throws it away. Poole and the Wizards recover. Whistle and a push-off on Harden. A lack of energy from the crowd. I almost don't want them to get back into it. It would mean to me that the Wizards have made a little bit of a run. Maybe Kawhi Leonard can get a little bit of excitement. Kuzma inside to Poole. Sarr in the corner for 3. It is good.
I mean, we can see that now. Clippers want to be able to end this last 6 minutes with some momentum right now and a little flat offensively, and that's resulting into giving up some easier opportunities to the Wizards on their offensive end.
Harden steamrolls his way to the rim and in. 11
from James Harden, right in the sternum.
He has really used his brawn this year more than any other year I remember watching him play. Not to say that he didn't do it. 5:14 to play in the third. Carrington 3 for 10, 9 points, 4 assists. Powell hangs. And Powell struggling a little bit. 3 for 10 here tonight. Kuzma, the trailing 3. He has really struggled from above the arc. And then the Clippers give it right back. Sarr attacks on Zoo. High off the window, and Harden clears it. Kawhi, catch and shoot 3. Rebound belongs to the Wizards. Deflection, interception, really getting sloppy here. Leonard behind the defense to the rack. Oh, and he punches it in with the left hand.
Kawhi wouldn't have any of that time.
I do like the fact that
Frank said if you were able to tune in the second quarter, it's a process, it's a timing thing. They want to ensure that he's at his best later in the season and doesn't have to miss any time because of a lingering injury.
Well, you made the point how ridiculous it is of the time he's had off, and yet still comes in his last couple of ball games in his first of 2 for Zoo. And we got a quick
talk about extending minutes now. It's not just the actual time, it's time on the floor. So if you go from playing 4 to 5 minute stints to 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes stints first, that's a whole different animal in your body. And that's why they're taking their time, because that's where you eventually want to get for injury. One thing you don't want is if your body is fatigued because of the lack of playing, that can cause another injury. And that's why you monitor that and you progressively add more time to that. And that's a topic
of this third quarter. The Clippers have not matched. Is playing very desperate basketball to the point they've outscored the Clippers here in this frame. 23-18. Clippers 7 of 17. 6 turnovers in this quarter, and I'll tell you, they are forced by the Wizard defense. Whistle foul. He's racked them up. 11 to play in this third quarter. First,
I don't think so. But I don't know, though, because when he got him, remember, Oscar Robertson was right around the same time period, too. So when he had his season of triple-doubles, I mean, Wilt was still the guy.
I mean, Wilt was a great passer. He was a great rebounder. You know, I've never seen him play a game. I'm not in terms of past. I've never watched a game of his in a severed relationship with the university, but came in.
But you can be in a room, you can have Magic, Bird, you can have Isaiah, you can have Dominique. But when Jordan walked in the room, the energy just changed and the air got heavy, you know? And that's how, you know, Wilt was, because he was just a different human being.
Harden wrapped
on the court, and everything out that time. Before, hard up. I mean, it felt surreal. Like it was, you know how they isolated on the commercial? It's just two people and the lights get dark and it's just it. The arena gets dark. That was it. It was unreal, man.
And so you would have been, you won the league.
I played against Magic
in the second
when he came back.
Yeah. 95, 96, yeah.
My rookie year, when I didn't play because I held out, is the last year Bird played, 92.
Harden for three. It's not been a great quarter. Mo Bamba is out there. It's 85-68. The Clippers have the goal of keeping the Wizards under 80 points. It'll be hard to do. Big 4 of 5 shooting, 3 threes for Bamba. Whistle and a foul. Well, I think that can affect you in a negative.
And for a player like that came from, not, I ain't gonna say gunning, but it was, the shots were plentiful. He didn't understand what that meant as being the lead guy. And like I said, the maturity level, you can see it, how it's grown over the years for him.
Coffee on the wing for three. Rebound belongs to Champagny. Ahead to Poole. Full steam ahead. 1:28 to play. It is just a 17-point game. Clippers have led by as many as 27. We're creeping up on an anniversary where the Clippers battled back from 35 against this Wizards team. It was 3 years ago this week. Balancing.
But a 3-ball combined with some lack of concentration by the team that's up big can get you right back in this game. And right now, the shots are not falling for the Clippers. 8 for 21, 1 for 8 in this half. I mean, in this quarter.
We talk about Poole's offensive abilities. He has a deep bag, a whistle, and a foul on a 3. So what was
he
point,
had the swoop,
and I love where your head is at.
He had the swoop going to the right a little bit. You got to give him.
I have to factor that in.
This is into the third, and it's still good.
1 to 5 Kennedys, I give him a 2.9. He's ahead of Rodney Mott. The hair gave him a couple of extra points, tenths of points. I got to wait. Clipper Nation.
Bro, we had the end going to the fourth.
There, I see what you're doing. Like if this was the first quarter, it wouldn't get that kind of bonus. That's a good point. Poole turns the corner after the Valanciunas screen. Washington feeling good about themselves as they shoot. Clippers are going to have to dig this one out here in the final frame. Poole tailgated by Mann. Challenges Bamba and loses that challenge. The ball goes to Kispert late in the clock. Not going to get it off. Great defense there by the Clippers to close it. Plenty of time for Harden. 3 ahead of the horn. And that'll do it. 89. Going to be an important one. Washington starting to play with a lot of confidence, and rightfully so. And their spirit has been very, very interesting here in this second half after kind of laying down in the first. Clippers led by as many as 27. Kuzma. Rebound tapped over to Terrence Mann. Just underway here in the fourth. Powell, 4 threes. He's missed all of them here tonight. 0 for 7. Missed everything there. And back the other way come the Wizards. Porter Jr. clears it. And here comes Powell. To the rim in transition and in. Norman Powell with 8.
Norman Powell doesn't just rely on one facet of his game, and that time he knew exactly what he wanted to do in transition, which was get to the basket.
Whistle on a foul as George is fouled. Across from the Clipper bench.
Dead ball foul. That one. Smart.
About. Wizards this year 0-26 when trailing by 20. They trail by as many as 27. With a long way to go. The Clippers better wake up now because they are now in a dogfight. Went to overtime last night in a feel-good loss, and now, despite being up double figures, this is not a good look. A whistle off
To be elevated to a higher level, and that hasn't taken place outside of the first few minutes of that third quarter.
Porter Jr. Powell feels the contact, knocks it down.
Got him with the body.
Porter Jr. Bamba can't tear it away from Valanciunas. Few can. 91-76 Clippers, but the Wizards making some noise here in the second half. Air ball. Pass deflected, but a whistle and a foul. Powell. Nice fit.
That's a veteran that understands the situation and reading the room. Listen, the jump shot hasn't been falling. And you see the last 3 possessions he's had, he's driven the basketball and had positive results.
Kuzma, no. Valanciunas is fouled.
A little bit. It is cut that way, so it's a centrifugal force. Actually,
Powell challenging Valanciunas, and nearly. Clippers 7 and 10. Powell, the second free throw, go 1 minute tonight. Played heavy minutes yesterday. Valanciunas and Bamba wrestling on the wing. Porter Jr. comes over to double. Now Valanciunas singly covered. He's got the brawn to back down really anybody in the league to the rim. Instead, he finds a cutting Kyle Kuzma.
At the lead and force the Clippers to be a little more uncomfortable and try to close out this fourth quarter.
Porter Jr., long 2. Valanciunas now a double-double off the bench in 16 minutes. Kuzma down the lane. Coffee with a rebound. Terrence for 3. Clippers 10 of 30 for going back 3 or 4 weeks now. 95-80. Kuzma catch and shoot 3. Powell attacks on Valanciunas, swooping in and lays 14. Quickly back the other way come the Wizards. They play at a solid pace. Kuzma on the wing, offline for Carrington, and the rebound belongs to Harden. Powell in the corner for 3. Mike. The last, Sam Cassell was a player for the Clippers.
Cat, Mobley.
That actually might have been one of the last games that Sam Cassell played for the Clippers, was ultimately bought out, joined the Boston Celtics, and helped them win that championship in 2008, and is currently a 4th 100-83. It has not been a great second half for the Clippers, as Norman Powell retrieves the deflection after they built a 27-point lead. It felt like they were going to be on easy street. The Wizards have shown a lot of backbone here tonight. Derrick Jones Jr. for 3. His first miss from above the arc tonight. He is 7 of 9 overall from the field, 3 of 4 from distance, 183. Clippers out in front. Sarr on the wing to Coulibaly. The tray short. Rebound belongs to the Wizards. Coulibaly sends it back outside to Kuzma for 3. Wizards 10 for 40 from distance. Harden. Powell on the wing for 3. Powell gets the rebound. Feeds Zoo. Twisting and turning, and
where that ball is going to carry him off, able to get there first, and then nice little drop pass, and Zoo, excellent footwork and finish.
Sarr for 3. Rebound goes to Zoo. Sarr 1 for 6 from the 3-point line, 5 of 12 overall. Harden throws it away to Poole, with Derrick Jones riding right behind him. Poole over Barrow. goes. Clippers have it, and they've got numbers if they hurry. Harden finds an open. Powell in the corner for three.
Some contact, lost a little concentration. Again, good hustle by Derrick Jones Jr. to get back, and then Powell able to make him pay. Back on the offense.
Points, despite going just 2 for. You could be one of the surprise teams and have a representative from the Clippers in that game.
Well, this is how it is, too. The breakdown goes 3 forwards, 2 guards, and then 2 of the, alternates. Well, not alternates, but what's what I'm looking for? The remaining 7 picks. Yeah.
I'm at an absolute loss.
Yeah, no, but that's what it is. So that's how it's broken down 3-2-2. So it'll be very interesting to see how that shakes out. Because you got a lot of deserving players, and it's always tougher on that backside to factor in who gets what. Even for years, it played time because the West was so deep.
It's going to be tough. There's no question, but the Warriors did have representation, obviously. I think to be a top 6 team in the West and not have somebody on that roster it would be pretty crazy. 105-87.
We seem crazy, though.
We have. Koulibaly. 3:29 to play. Now time becoming the enemy here for the Wizards, who they gave it their all here in the second half. Carrington on the wing for 3. 3:15 to play, 105-87. Powell looking to attack. Off the window and in. Sarr and the Wizards have it coming out of the timeout. Poole back to Sarr. As Kai Jones has checked into the game along with Cam Christie and Kobe Brown, who we didn't talk enough about here today. Kobe Brown was so great yesterday against the Celtics. Went away with 11 rebounds and just such pure energy. 2:35 to play in this one. Coffey rises. This is badly. Rebound belongs to the Wizards. 107-87. Clippers led by as many as 27 here tonight. A very forgettable second half, save for the last 4 or 5 minutes for the Clippers. Champagnie misses. Cam Christie has it for the Clippers. Clippers will improve to 25-19. Coffey misfires, and Sarr with the rebound. In a very tight Western Conference, these are the games you have to take advantage of. Sarr, another 3. This one goes. It's his second. 107-90. Clippers will sweep the season series again, improve to 27-6 over the Wizards, going back to 2008-9 season. Whistle to foul, and
he didn't allow that to affect his aggressive nature on the defensive end, as we saw in the Boston game and even before that. But that's still his calling card, despite not being able to knock in shots pre these last 2 games.
For Kawhi, the Clippers are 5-1. No chicken. There'll need to be some more energy from the Clippers on Saturday when the Milwaukee Bucks come to town. Giannis and company. What a wild week they have had. They had a game postponed yesterday in New Orleans due to a snow and ice storm. They didn't get out until later this afternoon, landing in Milwaukee. They were scheduled to land at 5 p.m. for a 7 o'clock game. They've moved the game back to 8:30. And they'll take another flight tomorrow as they prepare to take on the Clippers here for the first time at Intuit Dome. 42 seconds to play. This will be the last active possession for the Clippers. You had to have some close calls flying commercial.
You know what? We didn't. I had a couple close calls when we finally got an airplane in Dallas that we labeled airball. It was a refurbished plane that had some issues a couple times.
Coffey puts the Clippers out in front 110-93. Amir with 10 off the bench. And the clock winds down. Final score going to be 110-93. And again, the Clippers will improve to 25-19. They sweep.